Hello, my lovely, lovely people, my lovelies. Quite surprising, I know, that I'm talking with voice over a speed paint instead of like music normally. Um, I've been wanting to do these for a while now, and seeing a lot of other artists do it, and how it's becoming more popular to tell stories over speed paints, I figured, why not give it a go myself? Life's been pretty hectic, which isn't surprising in the least. I aren't going to go into too many details about that or anything. But since I have a lot of stories to tell myself, and I like to just go on about things, which is why this isn't going to be scripted. I don't think many or any of my stories are going to be scripted if these become successful, which I hope they do because I love telling stories. Anyway, today's story that I've been thinking about that I wanted to talk into is bad college or school teachers. In particular, I'm going to be talking about my first year of college's tutor that I had. I'm currently on my third year of college. Might be going on to my fourth next year, not sure. I'm not going to name colleges or names because there's no point in doing that. So let's just call him Dave. We'll call the college tutor I'm talking about Dave. So in this particular college, I was studying digital media, and they said on the course that you'd be doing animation as a part of it, which is what I wanted to go into. I want to go into animation or the art side of things. So, he was supposed to be teaching us the animation side of this digital media course. Now, I understand not all teachers will know completely what they're talking about, which is fine by me, but you should at least know a basic understanding of what you're teaching. Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. He was a photography teacher. He had a passion for photography and knew photography very well, which, granted, will go into animation to a degree, but it's not everything there is to do with animation. So, the first thing that we started doing was reviewing movies to do with animation. So we'd watch animated movies, which is to be expected. But we did this for like about 4 months. Bearing in mind, he gave us a month, maybe even less than that, to do this animation that we were planning, which we planned ourselves. Me and my friends of this college course decided we were going to do hand-drawn digital animation, which we had the programs to do it with college, and we would have had enough time to do it if we hadn't had Dave show us movies for like 4 months. Normally, when you watch things like that, you'd be expected to take notes on the movies, or we'd analyse each movie. No. We never did that. We watched a movie, and then, tomorrow or next week or whatever, another movie. We never analysed any of them, nor were we given the chance to suggest movies which were good movies. We only watched stop-motion animation movies, which is not a good example of different animated movies. And when I questioned Dave about this, considering, if you're going to go into animation, you'd be expected to show interest in it, so you'd research it and things like that. I questioned him about this, and he said, no, if you want to do that, then you can do that in your spare time. Bearing in mind I already did, but that's besides the point. You're supposed to be teaching us about different animation types, which goes into the animation research of our course. So, after this, me and my friends were questioning why we all had to do stop-motion clay animations, which, granted, there's nothing wrong with that, and it's still an animation type, but everybody in our course was doing it, and me and my friends wanted to do hand-drawn digital animation because that's something we had a big interest in. My friend in particular was very excited for the game Cuphead when it came out at the time. She did a huge research piece on this, and Dave said it wasn't valid, that she'd have to start over again and analyze like Aardman animations and things like that. It's like, excuse me, but to him, digital animation could only be done through Photoshop and Flash. Now, bearing in mind, Flash is an animation program, but he saw it as you code it, not draw it, which is like, I'm sorry, you code animation? Well, I know you do code animation to a degree, but that's not everything that goes into it. He refused to believe any kind of art could be done on any other program besides Photoshop. My friend proved him wrong with doing a whole animation piece in Firealpaca for our I can't speak, advertisement part of our course. But I'm getting sidetracked again. Let me rewind and speak about this animation project we had to do. So me and my friends were doing all the concepts, all the models and everything, because we were like, oh, we've got to save time if we're going to do this in a month. We eventually had to scrap all of this because we had a week. Yes, you heard me, a week to do this animation, which he wanted to be like 3 minutes long. We're like, no way in hell we are doing a 3-minute animation in a week. So we just made a really crappy, simple, but very professional-ish clay animation piece, just so that we got passes, because we were not going to fail this because our tutor Dave was going to be an ass about it. Surprisingly, it was far better than everybody else's, which we were and weren't surprised at the same time, because everybody else had no idea what they were doing. They all came to us for help, considering we knew more about animation than they did. Like, our project was simply the best because we understood more about what we were talking about and what we were doing. let me just talk about like what Dave thought animation was, like how it started. Even myself, I would have to probably Google where it started myself, which I'm not going to do at the moment, but he believed it started with caveman drawings. And it's like, animation did not start with caveman drawings, Dave. That's not how this works. Whenever I would question him about things like this, he would always try to prove me wrong, and when he couldn't, he would just go dead quiet and be real moody about it. Like when he said Disney reused animation for different movies, which yes, they did. They did that with like dance sequences with Beauty and the Beast and Belle and Beauty and the Beast, Belle, Snow White and things like that, which I said, yeah, that's the point, but he believed it to be rotoscoping, which, if you don't know what rotoscoping is, it's where you film somebody and then you draw over the top of it, frame by frame, and then that's your animation. Disney did not rotoscope at this time. They'd have somebody come in and dance while they sketched out each thing, and then they'd reuse that animation. But he did not believe me with this. He spent two lessons of 2 days trying to prove that this was wrong, and then when it wasn't, he would question me about it. Dave just... Teachers like Dave shouldn't be teaching courses like that, especially not when it's a high level course or whatever. I can't speak. But yeah, if you want me to do a part 2 of things like this, maybe even college tutors again, I have more stories about Dave in particular. Let me know in the comments below. If you feel that this is beneficial, or you prefer me to tell stories over a speed paint, which whatever the fuck I'm drawing in the background, I don't know. Let me know, because I enjoy talking into a mic and just letting it go. But yeah, thank you for listening if you did. I'm sorry if I rambled on and had a lot of ums and ahs, that's me in particular. But yeah, hope you all have a lovely day and enjoyed my little ramble with my speed paint. Thank you and goodbye.